Hello everyone, this is Sharhat Hanif for the Inquirer. Here we have with us in the studio Mr. Vijay Jawandhia, who is an agrarian reformer and a political activist. So let's welcome him. Welcome, sir.
Yeah.
I'd like to start my interview by taking a couple of words from your speech, sir. Sir, you said that land distribution cannot save the problem, and what according to you can save the problem if it is not land distribution?
No, I have not said this. I said that Vinoba Bhave, who was spearheading the Bhutan movement, and that was a very remarkable movement, he himself has said that by giving just land, the problem of poverty in villages cannot be solved. He said that today you will give land, 2 acres, 3 acres, 4 acres, but tomorrow family size will increase and there will be a distribution. So holding will become small. So he has defined that the problem can be solved only by the unity of villagers. And this strength of unity is to be shown to the urban people, because all needs of urban people are satisfied by villagers. But villagers have no right to decide the price of essential commodities. So that is what Vinoba Bhave has said, not me.
Alright, sir. Sir, in recent years, there has been a trend, like there is a shift from cultivating from food crops to cash crops. How do you see this? Like, what can this trend lead us to, towards?
This is what the system should address very seriously, because farmers are shifting from food crops to cash crops,
Yes.
because food crop is becoming unremunerative.
Yes.
Now, for example, in Kerala, nobody is producing paddy.
Yes.
I am here in Pondicherry, and I was told that in Pondicherry, many farmers are shifting from paddy farming.
Yeah.
Now, in my area also, Vidarbha, which is a non-irrigated area, one crop land only, we used to sow sorghum in 40% of our land, and sorghum was our staple food. But now, 2% land is not under sorghum. So, whole villages in Vidarbha are now depending on wheat and rice, which comes from Punjab and Haryana. And this is what is the story of our country. Now, just imagine what will happen if Punjab and Haryana farmers stop producing wheat and rice. So, what you have said is very correct, that if this trend continues, then there will be a food crisis in our country in very near future.
Okay. Sir, this phenomenon, I don't know where I can call this a phenomenon or not. The phenomenon of farmer suicide came to the limelight after the 1997 period. So, what do you think made the farmers to commit suicide? Is it because of the policies, the economic policies that was laid down by the prior governments that sort of forced farmers into committing such a crime?
Yeah, see, that is what I always say, that farmers' suicides were not before 1997. After 1947, we got independent from the British rule. Farmer was exploited, agriculture was exploited, but there were no suicides, at least not in such a mass scale, or was not reported also. But there were farmers' movements. In independent India also, there were large farmer movements. Land distribution was one of the demand of the movement. Then there were movements for the agriculture prices, for crop loan, crop losses. And if I will not be exaggerated, then through 1990-80, we see that there is a farmer movement in all the states, important states, where Green Revolution was been properly implemented.
Okay.
Tamil Nadu, Karnataka,
If
Maharashtra,
I
Gujarat.
could stop you here and ask another question. Like you said that there was a mass farmer movement, and what made the shift of mass farmer movement to mass suicide?
That is what I am telling, that these mass farmer movements were there.
Yeah.
They got very much strength up to 1990.
Yeah.
And in 1990, what happened? The new economic policies started in our country. Today's Prime Minister was Finance Minister at that time, and Narasimha Rao was the Prime Minister. And under the guidance of the World Bank and IMF, we started implementing new economic policy which is called liberalization, privatization, globalization.
Yes.
Many people call it LPG.
Yes.
Yeah. And in this policy, what we did, that was the first decision was to devalue our rupee. And this devaluation of rupee is the real cause of today's problem I see in that direction. Because of this devaluation of rupee, more money is required to maintain your family. And this is being accepted by government of India, whosoever may be ruling. And they have given fifth pay commission a pay rise to organized sector. But to farming sector, they have not given anything. And if you see the global market after 94, you will see that prices of all agricultural commodities were crashing.
Yeah.
For example, cotton fell from $1.10 in 1995 to 40 cents in 2000, one third. So farmers started committing suicide in Andhra Pradesh because the cheap cotton was imported. Now I want to ask this question. Price came down from $1.10 to 40 cents in America, but American farmer was not committing suicides. Why? Because that farmer gets heavy subsidy from the American government. $4.6 billion is a subsidy to American cotton growers. Same thing happened with palm oil. The palm oil crashed to $220 per ton. So there were suicides in Kerala. Paper prices went down, black paper prices. We imported paper from Sri Lanka, which came from Vietnam. And so black paper producer was committing suicides. We are in Pondicherry, and French came in India just in search of paper. It is being documented. So paper prices came down, rubber prices came down, coffee prices came down. So this was the effect of globalization. And in one economy, we are giving more money by increasing salaries, and in another economy, in agriculture, we are giving less and less money. And this is the cause of distress in agriculture after 1997, which is being forced to farmers kill themselves.
Since you said something about Kerala, I feel like I should ask something related to the ASEAN treaty, ASEAN trade agreement. Kerala economy, as you know, sir, is completely a cash crop based economy. So what effect do you think that Kerala economy is going to be having in the long term?
No, that is what we say, that at least for agriculture, there cannot be free trade. The intervention by the government is very necessary to protect the interest of the producer and to protect the interest of the consumer also.
Okay.
Because in our country, 70% population is not having purchasing power to buy 2 square meals. I always say this publicly, that whatever I eat, 25% of that is not available to 75% people of this country. So saying that demand and supply will good prices to farmers in market is against economics. So all this ASEAN free trade or European free trade or WTO is not going to solve the problem of Indian poor and Indian farmer.
Okay. So now let me come to the Indian media. In my childhood days, I remember I was watching Doordarshan, and Doordarshan used to do, which it still does, to do programs on farming technique, farmers and all, with the so-called media boom that's happened after 1990 as a part of globalization. New channels have come up, and what is these new channels doing so as to empower the Indian peasants? Are they doing anything?
Your question is very important. To empower Indian peasants, this media is doing nothing. Doordarshan is doing Krishi Darshan. But what they are saying, they are just guiding how to do agriculture, how to use new research seed and all those things. So how to increase production. But increasing production is one thing, and increasing profit of farmer or income of farmer is different thing. I think here I want to draw your attention to the Farmers Commission report, which is being submitted by Dr. Swaminathan, who is the father of Green Revolution in our country, who has given us a production increase in agriculture. But now he himself says that, as a chairman of Farmers Commission, that agriculture growth should not be measured by how much production is increasing, but agriculture growth should be measured by how much income of farmer is increasing. And not only he stops there, he gives a formula how to increase the farmer's income. So he suggests that the Commission for Agriculture and Prices and Cost should change their modus operandi. That is, today they calculate average cost of cultivation, and that is C2, and on that they give only 15% profit of margin to farmer, and that support price is announced. So Swaminathan ji is recommending that C2 plus 50% should be the profit of margin, and then support price should be announced. So I think this is a solution given by a veterinary scientist, a veteran scientist and a veteran green revolutionary pioneer of this country. But that is also not accepted by the government. So FTA is not going to solve the problem. This type of government intervention is necessary in the interest of the producer and in the interest of the consumer also.
Now we've been hearing media reports that farmers has commit suicide here, farmers suicide in different parts of country, sir. So what effect does it have to, what impact does it have on the mindset of a youngster who wants to take up farming as a profession?
I think youngsters are not ready to take farming as a profession. If you go to a farmer's son and you ask him, even if his father is having 20 acres of land in village and he is the only son, but he will say that I don't want to be a farmer. You show me a MSc graduate or a BSc graduate who has come back to the agriculture and have applied his knowledge there, which he got in agriculture university. Or show me one veterinary doctor or a dairy technologist who has come back to village and has opened a successful dairy. It is not happening because everybody knows that agriculture is a business of losses. Agriculture is not having any dignity in society, and so youngster is not going to come in agriculture. Suicides is just the symptom. I always say that suicides is the tip of the iceberg of the agriculture problem. Whole agriculture is in crisis, and unless that is addressed, nobody will come to agriculture.
I think, sir, this is a grave situation. And do you feel that it has to be addressed at the parliamentary level, since you are saying that youngsters are not going to take up agriculture as a profession? So somewhere down the line, how can we produce food grains to meet our requirements, sir?
See, first this should be educated that agriculture according to our constitution is a state subject. But all major decisions regarding agriculture are with the central government. Unfortunately, no political party is having this agenda in their education for their cadre also. Even CPI, CPM, they are having a cadre-based party. But I don't know whether they are teaching this to their cadre. That Bengal government and Kerala government cannot take any decision because major decisions are with the central government. For example, the minimum support price is fixed by the central government. Now import, export with WTO, all these decisions are with the central government. Credit policy, money supply is with the central government. So what happens with the state government? Nothing. So all major decisions are with central government. So this policy decision will have to be at the central level in the parliament, and state government should pressurize central government to change the decisions. But you see that in our polity, many state governments are having different political parties rule. But their chief minister is not fighting against the policies of the central government which are against farmers. That is the tragedy.
So do you feel that the present system has to be changed? Like you're saying that agriculture, in spite of being a national subject, in spite of being a state subject, at the national level you are controlling it. So do you think that the system has to be changed? There has to be some more power with the state so that they could set their own agricultural policies?
No, actually what I think, this I have spoken in front of the Farmers Commission, and Dr. Swaminathan has recommended that agriculture should be in concurrent list. And this should be accepted, but no political party is coming forward. Because many political parties, those who are ruling states, they feel that if that goes from their right, they will have no political strength. in villages to do something. But they are not doing anything. Giving 1 rupee kg rice, that is what the decision they take. But that is not a solution of poverty. So, what I think is this, that central government is having right, but central government should implement it properly. Because in our country, if Tamil Nadu government takes decision to give good price to paddy, it will not be implemented properly, because Andhra paddy may come to Tamil Nadu if there is no price. Is it not? If Andhra gives good price and there is no price in Tamil Nadu, from here paddy will go to Andhra. So there should be one policy for a country.
Yeah.
So when we talk about free trade with other countries, why can't we have trade in our country only,
Within the
and
state.
have within the states, and have a good policy so that interest of farmer and interest of consumer will be protected.
Yes, sir. So if you have to give percentages, what percentage do you attribute to this percent agricultural crisis towards governmental policies and unscientific farming practices?
No, see, farming practices is one thing. We can have improved technologies, we can have improved seeds, we can have new technologies in agriculture. But that is not a solution. That will just increase production. Profitability of farmer will increase through the government policies only.
Okay.
And the state and central government should have consensus on this of welfare of the farmers, and then only farmers can get a breath. For example, 6 pay commission, is it not a subsidy to the salaried person? Then we have money to give 6 pay commission. We have money for urbanization and subsidies for urbanization. Metro rail is also being run in this country with the help of subsidies from the government. But we don't have money to give to agriculture. We don't have money for education, for health. We are removing subsidies to health, subsidies to education, subsidies to transportation, subsidies to agriculture. How can this unorganized sector will live when we are integrating our economy to high-cost economy of American and European economy?
After India achieving independence, do you really think that the state of farmer has changed? And if how?
I will tell you what is happening in our country since independence. We were enslaved by Britishers. Why they enslaved? Because there was industrialization. The steam engine was invented. So mechanized industrialization started in Britain and Europe. So those countries started in search of countries where they can get raw material, they can get cheap labor. So Britishers came to India. They enslaved us. Cotton was a very good example, that cotton was taken from India at cheap price to Manchester, Lancashire textile mills. And cloth was sold here again. So profit was accumulated in England. So industrialization was there, prosperity was there. And here farmers were indebted, the weaving class was uprooted, and so poverty and everything was here. We got independence in 1947. But what happened? Britishers left our country, but Britishers' policy was not changed by our rulers. So we say that in farmers' movement, that white British went away, but black British started ruling India. And the same policy, cotton was cheap. This cotton was taken to Mumbai, Ahmedabad textile mills. Now here in Tirupur is coming. And cloth prices were going up. So profit is accumulated in urban areas, and villages are deprived of that. So that is what the colonial policies continued in independent India. I always say this, that what Marx has said, that capital is accumulated by exploitation of labor. But there was one lady economist, her name is Rosa Luxemburg, she is from Germany. She said that capital is accumulated by exploitation of raw material also.
Okay.
And she said that colonies are there for that purpose only,
For exploitation of farmers.
for exploitation of raw material. She was asked that when these colonies will be independent country, then in that scenario, for industrialization in that independent country, from where capital will come? So she answered that time only that then there will be a internal colonialism. For the development of city, countryside will be exploited.
Can you explain this more, sir?
So in
What is
India,
internal colonialism?
in India, that internal colonialism is happening. For the development of cities, countryside is exploited. Cotton producing producer is exploited, and Mumbai, Delhi, Calcutta, Madras, Chennai is flourishing. Is it not? So that was the diagnosis of Rosa Luxemburg, which is now in existence. And now after 1991, what is happening? All these G8 countries, these rich countries, through WTO, through IMF, through World Bank, they are implementing the economic policies which is like a neo-colonialization. Without ruling in your country, they are exploiting you more and more. And I will give you the same example of cloth and cotton. Now they don't want to produce cloth also. They don't want our raw material also. What is happening in India now with this economic policies? We are saying that our cloth is exported. Tirupur is a big export center of apparels. Huh? If you study this shirt which is putting on here, this is in Europe market or American market not less than 20 euro or $20. A consumer will pay for this 20 euro or $20. Now this is made from just 200 grams of cotton lint. You weigh this. It will not be more than 200 or 250 grams. Huh? Now for this, the cotton producer in India is getting just $1 for this 200 grams. Now cotton producer is getting just $1. The European consumer or the American consumer is paying $20. Where this $90 is going? Now if you break up this, out of this $19, $5-6 comes to Mumbai and $1 comes to my village where I am producing cotton. So my economy is growing by $1. Mumbai economy is growing by $4 or $5, but European economy is going by $20. So this is how the capital accumulation is being taking place in Europe and America by exploiting third world countries, and this is what the neo-colonialism is. What we are attacking is this, that oppose this type of thing, and whatever being paid by the consumer, maximum should go to the producer.
But what can India do, sir, as a country to stand alone when the stream of globalization is taking away everything?
No, we should not. We are not afraid of globalization as a market. See, I will give you an example. As a student, have you ever written an essay on India, that India is having gold mine? No.
No, sir.
Is it not? We don't have gold mine. We don't have silver mine. Huh? But you must be knowing that India is a famous, and it is being said that India is a golden bird. Sone ki chidiya. Sone ka dhua nikalta tha. The smoke of gold was from India. Huh? Why? From where this gold came to India? There is a song in Hindi film. That song is मेरी देश की धरती सोना उगले उगले हीरे मोती मेरी देश की धरती. This was the strength of India. That soil was producing gold. And you see that we were exporting black paper. I told that why French people came to Pondicherry, why Britishers came to India. We were exporting black paper, we were exporting Dhaka ki malmal, and in that levy we used to get gold and silver. So we were leader in international market also. So we are not afraid of international market or trade. But this trade is not fair trade because of the G8 countries' policies. They are continuing subsidies to their industry. They are continuing subsidies to their agriculture, and they are asking us to compete with their subsidies. So that is very wrong. We say to our government that you should attack that. No, you are increasing 6-pay commission here. Then why are you not increasing wages of farm laborer? I will explain this in a very simple way. In 1970, I started my agriculture. I was paying 3 rupee to a male labor in my field. So 100 rupees a month. That time salary of a teacher in my village was just 150 rupees or 200 rupees. You can check it anywhere. In 70, what was the salary of a primary school teacher? Now after 6th pay commission in my village, the new boy who is done D.Ed and he joins the school, he gets 16,000 rupees minimum as a salary. Now my question to this system and to all enlightened mass through you is this, that then why should I should not pay at least 9,000 rupees to my farm laborer, 300 rupees a day. Then why in NREGA the minimum wage should be 100 rupees or 150 rupees only? Why not 300 rupees? And if farmer is to pay 300 rupees as a daily wage to farm laborer, then CACP should tell us what should be the price of paddy, what should be the price of wheat, what should be the price of edible oil, what should be the price of pulses. Is it not? This question should be answered by the policy decision makers. Then and then only there will be equality in our system. Otherwise, we are heading towards India is becoming super India and Bharat is becoming Ethiopia. Our new future Prime Minister projector, Rahul Gandhi, is also accepting that now India is having two countries. But if this policy continues, then India will be super India and Bharat will be Ethiopia. Then what you will do?
Since 2007, Government of India has formed 3 committees on rural poverty, and the second one, Mr. P. Sainath, was a member of it. Mr. P. Sainath, on his visit to Pondicherry University, commented that the Government of India doesn't want the BPL rate to be public, to go public. So I would like to have your comment on it, sir.
See, I will give you an example. In Maharashtra also the same thing happened. Sainath is highlighting that in Vidarbha, farmers are committing suicides in numbers and numbers, and that is a shame on the part of Maharashtra. So Maharashtra Chief Minister appointed a one-man committee, Dr. Jadhav, now who is the member of the Planning Commission also. And Dr. Jadhav in his committee has accepted that in the Prime Minister's loan waiver, there is injustice done to farmer. He has accepted that at least Vidarbha farmers 50,000 rupees loan should be written off. Dr. Jadhav is not fighting for that what he has recommended is not accepted by the government of Maharashtra. But in that report only, Dr. Jadhav has written separate chapter in which he has said that Sainath is wrong in saying that Maharashtra is having the highest suicides. So that is what exactly they wanted, and that is why they accepted Jadhav's report. But this 50,000 rupees written off loan is not accepted. So this is how the government is functioning, and that is the very sad part of it. That is why I have asked this question directly. You should ask this question to all leaders. What is your stand on this? See, I have asked this question to one of the big leader of my state, that unless wages of farmer increase, how poverty will be abolished? And if your policies are correct, then your party supported villages are not giving higher wages. Why? And this was the question in front of the public meeting. You just imagine what would have happened to that leader. The fact is that that leader went away without answering the question. So if this type of awakening is there in the villages, I think problem will be solved. And this is what is a democratic process for.
So one last question, sir. If a youngster is coming to you and saying that he just want to take up agriculture as a profession, what probable advice do you give to that youngster?
No,
Do
see,
you encourage him to take up?
no, I will encourage him to take up, but I will tell him that it is a very hard job. You will have to restrict your needs, and you will have to be very disciplined in your life. After getting marriage and after getting children, you will have to be faced to hardships also, and you will have to be prepared for that. And doing with this also, you will have to be socially active also, because you cannot solve problem yourself. But you if you are coming with alertness in this profession, then your this knowledge should be used to change the policies of the government also. So I will quote here Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar. Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar used to say that educate, organize and agitate. Huh? He not only stopped there, he said that after getting education, after getting job, after getting married, don't only get involved in your four square life. You don't forget from where you have come. I think that is what the message Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar has given for a revolutionary. And it's such a boy who wants to come to agriculture with decision making, he should have all this vision, and he should be future Babasaheb Ambedkar of this country.
So thank you, sir. Thank you very much for sharing your valuable time with the Inquirer, and we wish you all the best, sir.
Thank you very much, and namaskar to all, and wish you all the best.